Just Cool Radio disturbing the silence. Everybody turn it up loud, loud, loud. Just Cool Radio, Madina.
Bring the hot girls come to party, cause we love see them move and shake them body, yo. Bring the hot girls come to party, just cool, them love it, love it. Hey yo, it's alive and living Scotch, Sean Paul letting you know, you don't know. Just Cool Radio, and that's how the dial set. Dirty.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy, Mr. Vegas, and you got a lot to Just Cool Radio. You know, say, yeah, how we play the baddest and the maddest and the best dancehall and reggae music and all type of music, soca, everything. I get it, yes, sir. Yeah, Mr. Vegas, Just Cool Radio. Turn it up loud. Na 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 na. Why you wanna leave me, baby?
Good old vibe, yes. Bring back the niceness on the corner. You may see the man of the big band quality representing for Just Cool Radio, you know, you don't know the things that, you know, but they are in the thing, you know. As me I say, I don't know any Anton, big up yourself in a quality, say that, you know. Just Cool Radio, big band radio station, whole UK, London, big up, see?
Hi, my name's Aisha, but people call me Sammy. I'm 28 years old and a mother of 3 beautiful children. I live in Jamaica, and last year I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Hodgkin's lymphoma is an uncommon cancer that develops in the lymphatic system. My illness has caused me to leave my current job as a trainee record management at a local school in my area. Chemotherapy treatment has caused my body to be unable to do what I love. My cannula was inserted wrongly by a trainee nurse, which has caused my hand to go black, and I'm slowly losing the use of my left hand. But even with my illness, I'm a very hard-working woman, and I still push myself every day. As you can see, I'm currently making a wreath. Being in a third world country, the cost of hospital treatment is really high, and I'm reaching out for help and support. It costs 13,000 Jamaican dollars to see a specialist who can advise me more on my illness. The cost of chemotherapy is 11,000 Jamaican dollars, and I have to pay this when the hospital cannot supply the treatment. This doesn't even include travel expenses. The cost from getting from St. Mary's to Kingston General Hospital is very expensive. I have set up a GoFundMe in need of help and support. Even just as little as £1 goes a long way. I have linked my GoFundMe in my bio. Thank you for listening.
If you don't know, now you know. Go and tune in to JusCool Radio.
Zena. New talk when me have run the place Zena. When you see your brother, you say, Wagwan Zena. I hold up on your antenna. Now the one and only JusCool Radio. You don't know. Bass and dance to the fullest. Run it.
JusCool. Saying JusCool.
Business, community project or product to the next level. Want to reach a dynamic and engaged audience? Look no further than JusCoolRadio.com. At Just Cool Radio, we offer the perfect platform to showcase your brand. Our diverse programming and loyal listeners are the ideal match for your advertising needs. Whether you're a local business, an emerging entrepreneur, we've got you covered. Want to add some star power to your event? Book Just Cool Radio talent to bring excitement and professionalism to your next big occasion. Our talented hosts and DJs will keep your audience entertained and engaged. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Visit JusCoolRadio.com today to learn more about our affordable advertising packages and booking options. Just Cool Radio, disturbing the silence, catching the eyes of many.
Welcome to Hearts Matters radio show. This is our 3rd episode, and we're gonna approach the matter of the brain. So, how are we gonna do this? First of all, we have already looked at matter. What is matter? Our body is part of matter, and it matters because it fills our space, our world, and we also made the link with how God created us out of matter, out of clay, and then breathed, gave us the breath of life. And through the breath, we have analysed that it's very important. It's channeling energy through our body. The breath is a source of energy which is free, that empowers our body, our organs, and mainly our brain. Our brain needs a lot of oxygen. And we're going to delve into the brain structure, its function. We're going to focus on white matter and grey matter, the role of sugars. Surprisingly, the brain needs a lot of sugar, but the right sugars, and we're going to go through that. And we're going to go also through the emotional impact from childhood to adulthood, how the brain develops and how it matters. So, the brain. The brain, an intricate and marvelous organ, serves as a command center of the human body. It is responsible for controlling and coordinating our actions and reaction, allowing us to think and feel, enabling us to have memories and emotions. The brain strives on a continuous supply of oxygen, which in episode 2, if you remember, we talked about the breath. The breath is what brings us oxygen, and it's free. And the brain also needs constant supply of glucose, as I explained, the right sugars. And we'll delve into a bit further. And the brain is vital for its metabolic needs and proper functioning. And we're also going to go through this. I want to describe the inside of the brain, because it's like a Kinder, if you think about it. There's always a surprise inside of everything inside of our body. And I like to describe the brain like an eye wrapped in matter. Your brain is kind of watching over you, and the inner parts of your brain, it's called the limbic system. The 6 major inner layer that we're going to focus on today, because obviously the brain is an amazing organ, and it will be too long to go into each part of it. However, I want to focus on the main part that help us to function and make decision. So there's the thalamus, which is responsible for our sensory hub and for everything we feel, we touch, and our motor coordination, which help us to move in coordination, like when you ask your hand to move, and everything moves accordingly. We're not all able to do that, and we'll delve into it a bit later. The cingulate gyrus, which is responsible for the emotional learning and motivation. Then we've got the hypothalamus, which is responsible to regulate the hormones. Whether you're male or female, we all have hormones and chemicals inside our body. The hypothalamus also helps with the social bonding, the sexual reproduction, the social conflict, and the thermal regulation of your body. So if you feel cold, if you have problem of fertility, or you feel introverted a bit too much and you have problem with socializing, you might think of looking into your hypothalamus. Then we have the amygdala, which is responsible for the emotional memory and the attention, and the focus that you would give on things that you do, the social analysis and the trustworthiness. The amygdala will balance and decide those kind of values for you. So it all depends on the growth, and we will go into that a bit further. Then we have the prefrontal cortex, which is the region of the brain located at the front of the frontal lobe. So literally it's in between your 2 eyes, above your nose, really, where some people have little wrinkles as we get older. And this is where it is. It's also called the third eye in some cultures. It is responsible for a wider range of cognitive function, including planning, decision-making. Our prefrontal cortex helps us to plan and make decisions. And it balances the good and bad as well, depending on our examples that we had in our life and what we think is right and wrong. It helps us also consider both short-term and long-term consequences. And again, it depends on what you have learned in life and what's your experience and your understanding of life. So, and the age that you have and your understanding. It will also help you, the prefrontal cortex, to solve problems, It involves like allowing you to think critically and find solution to challenges. It's your working memory as well, because the prefrontal cortex is essential for your working memory, which is the ability to hold information in mind and manipulate it to achieve a goal. The prefrontal cortex plays a crucial role as well in personality development and social behavior, including your empathy, emotional regulation, and decision making in social situations. Attention and concentration, your prefrontal cortex helps you focus and helps to focus your attention and concentrate on tasks. It plays a role in inhibiting impulsive behavior and controlling our emotion. So you see, all those parts of the brain are highly important, and you need to understand them, because when you are facing disease or you're not at ease inside your body, your brain is watching over you. So you need to understand every part of your brain to be able to feed your body in the right way. So let's go deeper into the white and grey matter, because it does matter. So the white and grey matter is what protects the eye, which I just described with those 6 major inner layer. So the brain is made up of tissue, which is called white matter or grey matter. White matter consists of axons that connects different parts of the grey matter to each other, facilitating communication between various regions of the brain. I like to describe it like little trees. That's how they communicate in between the white and grey matter. So the white matter is what really connects the part of the grey matter to each other. The neuron is what binding everything together. Neurons are the information processing unit of the brain, responsible for sending, receiving, and transmitting electrochemical signal throughout the body. So your neuron is what really communicates in between your mind, your brain, and your body functions. Neuron, also known as nerve cells, and are essentially the cells that make up the brain and the nervous system, which obviously this will be approached in our next radio show, when we will approach the nervous system, which will be the part 2 of our study on the brain and how it's all connecting to the matter. So how does white matter, grey matter affect the population? So it really depends your age, and it really will depend on your growth, because your brain will develop until you're 25 roughly, and the limbic system is what is developed during teenage years, and it's much stronger during your teenage years. So your brain is really active during that time, so your chemicals are firing in every side. So, and it's affecting your emotional response. That's why teenagers are so fluctuating in their needs of talking and expressing themselves and being rebellious and expressing themselves especially. So the limbic system help us regulate emotional and social processing, as well as learning and motivation and memory. So it consists of structure that lie beneath the outer, wrinkly parts of the brain and above the brain stem. So your brain really and the limbic system help you to regulate your emotion. So, and this all goes through when you are a teen. And what happens when you're a teen? You actually release chemicals, which has an effect on the brain. So now let's look a little bit at the hormones that affect your brain and your mood and your development. So we have the serotonin and the dopamine. So the serotonin affects your mood, your emotion, and your sleep, and it can calm the brain. So serotonin is highly important when you're young, and we're going to dial a little bit in the growth of a child, because from 0 to 9 years old, the level of dopamine and serotonin will be increasing, but will be equal and parallel in release. So the child is learning and growing. However, after the age of 9 to roughly 9-11, the dopamine will increase, because it's also critical for the learning and the understanding of the child and the growth, to regulate his emotions, social processing, the learning, the motivation, the memory. So the dopamine will be high. That's why they might be hyper, and if they have bad experiences or slight traumas, they will struggle to actually understand how to regulate themselves, because they don't have the experience. So now we have the dopamine. What is the dopamine? So it involves in rewards, motivation, and motor control. So, and all those chemicals are released inside the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex, which help us to make decisions. But the amygdala is like what fires the fight and flight kind of feeling. So the amygdala processes emotion. So high level of dopamine can heighten emotional response, and that's how we can trigger each other really easily, or we can have easily as adults imbalance, chemical imbalance inside our body that we are generating ourselves, and can be regulated naturally through food and other natural ways. Then we have the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible, as I explained before, for the decision making and emotional regulation. So the serotonin will help maintain that balance and that control. So you need a high level of serotonin as well. So now to go slightly a bit deeper, because obviously this is a massive topic, and I just thought I'd give you the key tools to understand the chemicals of the matter. So all the chemicals is regulated through the nervous system, and that's the chemistry. So the neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine plays crucial role in regulating our mood and behavior. And this brain chemistry affects the nervous system, you see. How we think, how we feel affects our nervous system, how we move, how we can regulate our moods, our behavior, our memory. It affects our learning. It can affect so many different things. So it also influences on our autonomic nervous system. So the dopamine and serotonin balance can affect stress response. So you might find yourself a bit more jumpy, a bit more aggressive, a bit more, not able to bear the situation. But the dopamine and serotonin balance as well helps relaxation through the autonomic nervous system. So it can regulate itself. You just have to switch how you think, because it matters. So anyhow, we will indulge deeper in further episodes. So please stay tuned, because hearts matters. And you matter, and we all matter. So I want to now go into the emotional impact and the development a bit further, because from literally 0 to 9, your child is in brain development. It will start, looking for gratification. So from roughly 0 to 9 months, you will see your baby react, look for attention, cry for attention. And this is part of the growth. So your emotional brain age is the actual age you are. A child cannot understand certain emotion because he hasn't experienced it yet. in between 2 and 3, it's when your prefrontal cortex will start firing and connect to the amygdala. And it's at that age where you can become fully conscious and have a conscious brain that uses its imagination to solve problem. It's analytic. There's no wrong. There's no right. It just is. So children can be affected in between 0 and 9, and it's very important to actually activate young people with good role models, good principles, good values. So as they grow, their prefrontal cortex can analyze and see what is right and what is wrong and the cause and consequences of their actions. It is very critical at that age because as we grow older, it is harder to deprogram ourselves. It's harder to unlearn what we have learned for so many years. And this is why we are so impacted in our emotional development, and it affects our brain structure as well. A lot of people, because they believe in what they think they have, they will make their situation, their condition worse. So the insight from neuroscience on the young people's brain can be found by an amazing doctor that has done amazing studies, Dr. Andrew Curran. And he's talking about how the brain develops and how we can make a difference, because it matters. It matters to actually create better generation that can process information but also resolve problems. And I want to go now into what I'm talking about in not being a role model, for young children. I want to talk about abuse. Abuse which can be physical, emotional, or psychological can have a profound and lasting effect on the brain, impacting both its structure and function, and can go much deeper than what we can actually see. It can influence how we think, feel, and relate to things and others. Chronic exposure to stress and trauma rewires our brain and emotional response and can lead to the overactivation of the amygdala, the brain fear center, making individual more prone to anxiety and hypervigilance. The hippocampus, which is crucial for memory and learning, may also shrink, resulting in difficulties with forming new memories and recalling past experience. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for executive functions such as decision making, impulse control, and emotional regulation. You may become impaired, leading to challenges in these areas. This change can contribute to a range of psychological and behavioral issues, including depression, PTSD, complex PTSD, and difficulty in relationship. If you are a survivor of abuse, please know that we are all feeling what you're feeling, and your feeling are valid, and it is not your fault. Many survivors and even others place blame where it doesn't belong. That's why we can't break that cycle. The only way to break it is by understanding how trauma affects our brain. Abuses, whether physical, emotional, psychological, leave scars that go deeper than what we can see. It doesn't just hurt in the moment, it rewires the way your brain works. often affecting how you think, how you feel, and even relate to others. So let's explore what experts say about this matter. The brain under stress. When you are exposed to abuse, your brain's alarm system, the amygdala, go into overdrive. And this part of the brain is responsible for the fight or flight response, helping you to detect danger. However, with prolonged trauma, the amygdala becomes hyperactive, constantly sensing threats even where there are none, leaving you in a state of high alert, anxiety and fear. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, which helps regulate decision making and control emotion, can become less active. This imbalance means that while you are constantly on edge, your brain struggles to calm you down. As a result, you might feel anxious, easily startled, and even have trouble concentrating. Chronic stress from abuse can shrink your hippocampus, the part of the brain that controls your memory and your learning. This damage makes it hard to remember things clearly. That's why these people who have experienced abuse may have blurry or fragmented memories. Sometimes their trauma comes back in flashes or part gets blocked. In court, survivor may struggle to recall detail, and people may wrongly assume they are lying. However, in reality, trauma messes up with the brain's ability to store memory accurately. Understanding this can help us to be more compassionate and supportive towards survivors, rather than questioning their experience. Trauma is not just emotional, it's biological. And the way memories are stored or forgotten is part of the brain's response to protect itself. Remember when we say that abuse overstimulates the amygdala. This part of the brain is overactive. It triggers strong feeling like fear, guilt and shame. But sometimes your brain tries to protect you as shutting down your emotion. And this is called emotional blunting. It is a defense mechanism where you feel numb or disconnected, making it hard to experience both positive and negative emotion. While this numbing can offer relief during the abuse, many survivors struggle to flip the switch back on. Even when the abuse ends, if you have been abused and struggle with emotional blunting, please know you're not alone. Healing is possible. And it's okay to reach for help, and I am here. You know, because it matters. Please feel free to email londonheartsmatters@gmail.com and we can talk. A recent study from Grunt and Compass on the effect of maltreatment on coping and emotion regulation, child abuse and neglect, have found that abuse significantly impairs a person's ability to control their emotion as a result of damage to the prefrontal cortex. Imagine you're driving a car and every time you press the brakes, they barely work. Now, but the gas pedal's sticking, causing the car speeding up at the worst possible speed. This is the kind of what happened to the brain when you're experiencing abuse. The part of the brain that controls emotion and decision start malfunctioning. Sometimes you can't stop yourself from feeling too much, easily swinging from calm to anxious, sad, or even angry without much warning. And other times, you can't feel anything at all. Dr. Jamie Henson, a neuroscientist and developmental psychologist, found that children who experience abuse often struggle in school, got the worst grade, more likely to get into fight, skip school. Similar research by Malik and his colleagues showed that physical abuse made victims more likely to use drugs, drink heavily, hurt themselves, and engage in risky sexual behavior. Both studies demonstrate how abuse not only overstimulates the amygdala, but also damages the prefrontal cortex, a part of the brain responsible for our decision-making and self-control. See what happened is the brain is rotten. It's so used to react quickly to protect itself that it struggles to think things through. And it's hard to calm your thoughts down. The emotional pain caused by abuse can also lead people to look for ways to escape or cope, no matter how unhealthy, to engage in aggressive, reckless behavior and harmful behavior to themselves and others. Victims of abuse often appear hopeless and overwhelmed, which many report symptoms of depression, feeling sad, empty, or unmotivated. They may also experience anxiety, constantly worrying or feeling on edge, even when there's no immediate threat. Statistics reports that abuse increases the risk of developing clinical depression, phobia, PTSD, eating disorder, and thought of suicide. There is good news though. The brain is amazing and can adapt. And with the right support, can be healed. Abuse has deep lasting effect on the brain. However, understanding how it works is the first step towards reclaiming your mental health. If you are a victim of abuse, please remember it is not your fault and you are not alone in this, because we all matter. Do not hesitate to reach out to your loved ones or seek help from a professional. I know sometimes shame can take over. However, we are here at Hearts Matters to share your burden. So please don't hesitate to email us at londonheartsmatters@gmail.com. And we will be happy to keep everything confidential as well, because you matter and we all matter. So let's look about how to restore the brain now. Because the brain needs certain things, certain foods to be able to strive. So, surprisingly enough, the brain needs sugar. So a lot of people will think, oh, sugar. Well, the right type of sugars. The brain feeds on sugars that are not processed. So if you're thinking of biscuits, make your own. They need to be full of butter and sugar, and ideally organic flour, not fortified. And you'll find it harder and harder to find the right foods for your brain. Everything that is processed is not recommended when you're trying to heal or rebalance your chemicals. I highly recommend to check out the medical medium, Anthony William, who has made an amazing book, How to Save Your Brain, and he recommends a vegan diet. I have been born a vegan vegetarian, and I would recommend it. I have shared already that I have multiple sclerosis, and I feed my brain right and my body right because it matters. It matters to me, it matters in my world, it matters on how I move and how I flex and how I am able to talk as well. So glucose is the primary energy source that is needed for the brain. If you remember, we spoke about the breath last week, and if you haven't heard it, please go on YouTube and check out our last week's episode. But the breath gives the power to the heart and the other organs to extract the nutrients and distribute it through the bloodstream. So the sugar in the food we eat are very important. Potato has sugars. Oats has sugars. A lot of our food have natural sugars which our brain needs. Not only our brains, but our gut and our other parts of our body. It is very important to have a rich fatty acid diet, which doesn't mean necessarily you have to go for full fat milk. Milk can be a tricky source of protein and fatty acids due to, the overworking of the cows, I would say. So I would more recommend natural foods like Griffonia seeds, which is an extract that comes from seeds of an African climbing shrub known as Griffonia simplicifolia. This is one of my favorite, and it will also increase your serotonin. It has a lot of benefits, such as any greens as well. However, not spinach. I would recommend rocket, fennel, green beans. I will also recommend cabbage, olive oil, pomegranate. Whether you eat it, you juice it yourself. You need also a lot of vitamin D, which I would recommend black seed oil. This is one of the oil that Prophet Muhammad, rest in peace, used to use on a daily. It has a high content in vitamin D. You can also do mushrooms. You can actually, now it's a bit more sunny, you can actually put them by your window for half an hour. They will soak in vitamin D and you will eat it through the mushrooms. You can also have boron, which can be found in tea in usually Iranian shops, but only have it at night because it will make you sleep as well. You can have some natural selenium, magnesium, which will also help you restore your brain in many different ways. And magnesium helps especially if you're feeling tired. Honey is an amazing source of all-round food for the brain. Not only for the brain, it soothes the throat. It gives you the right enzymes as well and change your acidity in your stomach, but also in your guts. Honey is very important because honey is made out of the saliva of the bees. That's why some vegan people are against honey. However, there's no animal cruelty. So as a vegan, I have been eating honey because we used to be able to collect it in our farms. So I was quite fortunate in south of France. We had farms all over as we were growing up, and we could go to them because they were beekeepers and collect honey. There was no harm done to the bees, and we loved to used to hang out on those fields. There's much more natural foods to feed your brain. This is why I would highly recommend to change your lifestyle. If you're trying to change your chemicals in your body, in your brain, how you feel, how you think, how you are physically in your body, you can do that just by the power of the brain and a little help from knowledge. So find the right foods for your body. If you have any more questions, you can contact us on our different many channels. You can follow us on Instagram at Hearts Matters, and you can also find Leaf Life London or JusCoolRadio. So please do not hesitate to join us and follow us, and we will answer all your further questions. So you also have the option of sending an email at londonheartsmatters@gmail.com. I'm still having some technical problem with our number, which is 0788-604-6173. However, you can still text us at any time. So please do that for now until we restore the line, because we're having some technical issue and it matters, but we'll not on this show today. So I want to add that what helps the brain a lot is controlled breathing. You have to go back to natural breath. So if you use the technique of last week to do a breath prayer and inhale, I can exhale, do all. Inhale, things through Christ who strengthened me. This is one of my breathing technique to regulate my emotional state. And also reduce my stress and remind me that I can do all. The brain is amazing. And one of the part of the brain is called the Christ, which I'm hoping to analyze that in a further session, because that could be a whole show in itself. However, if Christ lives in you and you activate it through your breath and through your matter, through your thoughts, through your intention, Christ lives in you. So breathing is highly important, because as we saw last week, the breath comes from the Almighty. This is a gift that has been given and bestowed upon us for free. Think about it. Our breath matters. I did mention it last week. Try to hold your breath. You won't be able to. However, you can withhold from eating. You can withhold from feeling. You can withhold from drinking. But you can't withhold your breath, because without your breath, you'll be nothing. So by focusing on your breath, each time you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, it will help you to calm your whole system down. Take a deep breath. And through pursed lips, let go. Let go of all those fears, all that anxiety, all that distress, all that abuse or depression. Come and express yourself. We are here for you. This is why Hearts Matters. Expression is the opposite of depression, and I can't stop saying that, and I will probably repeat it on every show. And connection is the opposite of addiction. So let's connect to each other and be addicted to each other, because we all matter. I want to recommend a little practice that I found recently. It's called the Gateway Experience. And it's how to connect the mind, the body, and your higher self to enhance your spiritual awareness and connection to your God, to your belief. It is very important to walk in one within yourself. It's a very good guided practice, and you can actually find it on YouTube. It's called the Gateway Experience. If you want to find out more, please contact us once again by email, by text message. Please let us know and we'll get back to you. Breathing exercise help us to experience the energy flow. Your brain needs oxygen, not only glucose. We saw that in the beginning of the show. Oxygen is what is needed to fill your whole body with energy. It helps your coil, your heart, to pump the blood everywhere where it's needed. And the lungs will breathe in the gases from the air, convert it through the little hair that we have inside our lungs, drop into the bloodstream, and here we go, it travels everywhere. And your brain is what needs the most oxygen. So don't be shy to breathe. Breathe every time you're stressed. Breathe every time before making a decision. Breathe every time before walking, talking. Breathe, but make it conscious. Make yourself aware of your breath before your response. Because remember, we have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 hands, 2 feet, only 1 mouth. Maybe it's time to breathe more, talk less, do more, walk more, move more, listen more, read more, think less. Action is good. It's an amazing tool. And the action of breathing and self-awareness and of the present moment is probably the best practice of mindfulness, which will enhance your mental clarity as well, your well-being, your decision-making. If you take a deep breath each time you do something or you're about to do something, think about it. Are you going to make the same decision if you stop and breathe? Would you get upset? Would it affect you? If only you took a deep breath and exhale through Perth's mouth and let go of that feeling first before you answer. We all have been through some kind of experiences, depending on your age, as I approached earlier. Depending on your experience, your family, your background, what you have been in touch with in life, what you have seen, will develop your prefrontal cortex to make certain type of decisions. And your amygdala, which will trigger the fight or flight, will always be fired up. And you might overreact. Naturally, because your chemical in your body, which is a high dopamine, which can be lowered by a higher serotonin, can be controlled. But it's just about knowledge and understand your chemicals inside your body. Your chemicals inside your body. So we have spoke about the limbic system, which is in charge of overseeing all your functions from your development, understanding, growth, motor control, coordination. The amygdala is situated at the back of your head. And the more you fire it, the more it will create tension in your head. You might not even realize that you are always on edge. Has anybody ever told you, why do you leave your stuff on edge like that? Maybe you don't notice. You're always firing your amygdala, which is not allowing you to make righteous decision for yourself and for others around you. It doesn't cost nothing to take a deep breath before you start anything. Just try it for a week and let me know. Let me know again about the breathing from last week, breathing prayer, how you feel. The brain is a powerful tool, guys. We program ourselves. We switch on a television or tell a lie, I don't know. We choose a program, we channel into it, and then, you just watch it. And you program yourself to think a certain way, to see a certain way. But is it righteous? Because we all matter. I wanted to show you how your body, your world that you live in, which is your body, matters and should matter more to you. Don't let people tell you what you should do and who you are and how you should treat your body. Look into it yourself. Know yourself is the best remedy. Abuse can be profound and have lasting effect on the brain, impacting both its structure and function. Chronic exposure to stress and trauma can lead to an overactivation of the amygdala, the brain fear center. Think about it. And that affects your memory, guys, your learning abilities. That's why whether you're young, you're old, if you haven't dealt with your trauma or your abuse, and you haven't clarified that within yourself and your brain, you will struggle, you will experience fear, and you'll be more prone to anxiety and hypervigilance. You'll always be on the edge, looking over your shoulder, thinking shameful or shifting the blame or, all sorts. It's so difficult when you don't regulate yourself and believe somebody outside of you can deal what the chemicals inside of you is doing to you and stopping you living your life. The hippocampus, which is crucial for our memory and learning, may also shrink, resulting in difficulties with forming new memories and recalling past experience. This is deep. You have to nurture your brain. You have to nurture your matter. You have to breathe. One day at a time. That's all you can do. One matter, one day. Start with self. Self-care is what I recommend to all. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for executive function, such as your decision making, what am I going to eat, what am I going to do, where am I going to work, your impulse control. It regulates also your emotional state. That is why mental health is on the rise. Most people don't understand their chemicals imbalance. Drinking too much fizzy drinks, for example, which is full of wrong sugars. Look at it. It's not even sugar cane. It just says sugar. Did you know you can make sugar out of lots of different sorts of, I can call it industrial waste. You can make sugar nearly out of everything. And as long as it tastes sweet to the taste buds, it's fine, isn't it? However, I can tell you, not all sugars are good. I only use maple syrup, honey, and brown sugar cane. I use brown sugar cane from Mauritius because my mum is from Mauritius, which makes it, me and brown sugar demera friends. So as the rum. Let's not deny that. Which is why Leaf Life London, we make products infused with plants to actually restore your body and help you with your pain, chronic pain such as MS, arthritis. Can help with lots of other things as well. So check out Leaf Life London. It can also help the brain to relax if you have a drink or two. It will put you at ease. Cannabinoids are amazing because you have the endocannabinoids, which are inside of you. They live inside of you. We have cannabinoids naturally part of our chemical system that flows and regulates the pain, the inflammation. So cannabinoids are very important in our system also to pacify, enable us to make decisions. But the right cannabinoids, of course. The only cannabinoids found is in hemp or Mary Jane or cannabis. And a lot of people want to deny it and devalue the power of a plant and make a plant illegal. It shows that there's something here. Why is oregano allowed to use? Why is poppy seeds allowed? Poppy seed is actually used to make strong drugs, which I won't go into details, but I just have the knowledge. But yet it's not illegal to buy poppy seed in a shop, and I can make a cake of poppy seeds. If I make it a bit too strong, I'm not going to share recipes, but it will help you relax too. But it's not illegal to buy. However, I found out recently that it's illegal to grow in multitude in a field. That's good to know. It's food for thoughts here. So I do workshops on cannabinoids because now you have the phytocannabinoids, which is found in, as I explained, cannabis. And that's the only source available to reactivate your endocannabinoids to actually regulate your inflammation, regulate your moods. But again, you can't get weed from your drug dealer from the street corner. That doesn't really work out. I found out that there's a lot of new medical clinics opened, and I'm a bit critical of what they are serving. As a multiple sclerosis patient, I get medical weed. However, I only convert it because I found that the medical weed is grown in an unhealthy way for profit. It feels to me like legal drug dealers. That's all it feels to me. However, it's just a feeling. Don't take that matter to heart. This is just my feeling. I believe in growing my own herbs. However, it is very controversial in a lot of countries, even though they are legalizing a plant, which is actually making them more money than ever. But anyway, again, this is matters to my heart because I have been using my products for a long time, and I am grateful I have that because it has changed my whole life. And I am here today able to do those shows, talk about matters of the heart, because I care. I care about life. I care about your life. I care about my life. But I want to share what I've learned, what I've experienced on myself. Not for profit, but I should not even say but. It's not for profit. It's for happiness. It's for joy. It's for the matter, to change the matter. I found that our society is highly negative and on the edge of narcissism. Everything is fake around us. It's harder to fit in society. Our brain is not helping. Because how you think is how you feel. But you can't fake it either. It's a very hard balance to find. How are we managing? We were never taught all those things. How are you managing? Please share your thoughts. You know, next week we're going to carry on exploring the amazing matter of our body, and we'll go through our nervous system, which connects our brain and our functions, our body, and how it communicates with each other. I might go back to the brain as well, slightly, because the brain matters so much. It's not only the physical matter, but it's also the matter of the mind. Your mind lives inside your brain and inside your body. You are responsible. This is your first responsibility in life. It's to look after your body. Look after your mind. Look after what you're watching, what you're eating. Do you read what you eat? Do you know what's in your food? I'm so grateful to my parents, regardless of the upbringing. We didn't have much, but my mum stretched everything and she cooked everything. She made everything from scratch. And we were better off, I can tell you that. I missed it so much when I moved out of home that I cared, and I just started cooking for myself. I'm not bad at it, you know. If you fancy one day, message me, I'll invite you for a meal. I'm happy with sharing. You can come dine with me, because it matters to me what I put inside my body. I cook all my meals in about 20-30 minutes, top max. And even though I do only one big meal a day, I snack as well during the day. And I would say I make pretty much everything. Not try to brag about it. However, I look after my body because it matters to me. Doesn't matter whether you see me or not. I do it for me. But when you see me, you'll know. Oh, she looks after her body. She must care. I care. I do. I don't want to be feeling sick. I don't want to be feeling unwell inside my own body, which I have high inflammation most of the time, and you know, I'm numb and I can go on and so forth. But I don't want you to feel sorry for me, because I'm okay with it. It's not a matter of my heart. And you might wonder why. It's because my mind is more powerful than how I feel. My knowledge and my love for myself and for you guys that are listening to me, but also my friends, my family, I have, you know, only good vibes, love, positivity to send them, prosperity, good thoughts. You know, I always have that saying that if I've got nothing good to say, you won't hear me talk. That's why I have a show now. I have lots of things to say because I've kept quiet for a long time. I've listened, I've watched, I've done, I travelled a lot. I lived in multiple countries. I speak few languages. I understand, you know, quite a bit of my life, I would say. And I want to share that today because I know it's good things. Good things that can, you know, hopefully change one person. Because I believe it doesn't matter how much effort I put in. I know somebody out there needed to listen to that. Needed to know that you can have chemical imbalance inside your body that makes you feel a certain way due to your upbringing, the abuses that you've been through. And it's hard to switch the switch back on and become yourself again. You might have lost your self-confidence, but you can regain it. There's lots of hope there. That's why I'm here. I'm going to invite quite a lot of people as well to show you how much it matters, the matter of their matter. And they have some amazing story. There have been some horrendous stories, yet they came out as a survivor. And now they don't want to survive no more, they want to strive. Because their life was a mess, and now they have a message. Everything was just a test, and now they have a testimony. What's yours? I'm sure you have one. Or are you going through still your own experience? Are you trying to get out of it? Do you need tips? Do you need tools? What do you need? At JusCoolRadio, we just call. We're here for you. With Hearts Matters is what matters, but truly matters. I want you to get the keys and the skills to be able to stand up for your own body and your own self, your own home, you know, your body, your own matter. Knowing your matter is the best thing you can do to yourself. Knowing that sometimes, I might have chemical imbalance. Let me breathe. Let me regulate myself. Let me go and get some olive oil, pure unfiltered olive oil. Oh yeah, it's a bit more expensive, but it's good for my brain. See? Activating your prefrontal cortex to make righteous decision for your body. Stop eating rapeseed oil. What's that? Are you trying to... I still don't get the name. I can't get over it. So I highly recommend olive oil, coconut oil, which is amazing for the brain as well. I forgot to mention earlier. So black seed oil, very important for vitamin D intake. Yeah. You've got pomegranate, which is also good for the heart, good for the cell distribution of the oxygen, and that's going to be pumped up through your lungs. Then your coil, your heart's going to squeeze in and out the blood and distribute it and distribute all the nutrients that you would have ate and would have been processed through your digestive system. Please feel free to send me comments if you want me to go deeper inside the body, because I will. However, I am not going as deep as I could. I could make the brain show way longer and have several parts. So please don't forget to put your comments in. Let me know what you think. If you want another session on the brain, so I can go a bit further on all the functions of the brain and how they develop and how you can unlearn as well. And how the right amount of dopamine helps the brain. You know, it helps to maximize your ability to go forwards. So, and don't forget that 93% of the dopamine secretion is controlled in the limbic brain. So the limbic system again is what we saw, the inner eye that I've explained at the beginning. And the amygdala is part of it. That would fire the dopamine, because the dopamine is the excitement. It's what is released when you're feeling excited or stressed or fearful or you're depressed. You know, it can go lots of different ways. You know, it really helps you to boost yourself. And because your dopamine is high in between 9 and let's say 18, 20, you know, you're high risk because your decision making will have poor judgment. Why? Because you haven't learned yet. You haven't taken time to breathe and control your nervous system. And that's what the serotonin kicks in and helps you regulate. So yeah, we all need to feel understood to increase our self-esteem. We all need to be loved to increase our self-confidence. So we need to engage, guys. We need to engage emotionally. We need to commit. We need self-love. You know, I like how Christ summarized the commandments from the Old Testament. He summarized it this way: you shall love your God with all your heart, your might, and your strength, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. So love, self-esteem for one and everything, for the Almighty, whatever your religion, the Almighty is the Almighty, the creator of all. Whether you believe in several gods or not, there's still a master God in all that. So that integrity, that love for oneself, for the Almighty, for the planet, for the plants, for the animals, for your neighbor. You see now the matter of your world, the matter of your body lives in a world. Your neighbor is your friends, your colleagues at work, people you take the tube with. Do you smile at them? Or are you on your phone? Do you appreciate the surrounding around you? Or are you always busy, overthinking? Do you do a lot of self-care? You know, your brain watches over you. Whatever comes out of your mouth, your brains listen and see. So how are you feeling today? Share with me your comments. I want your brain to fire up. I want your brain to say, yeah, I can switch the switch. I can flick it again. I can feel happy. I can feel peaceful. I can feel the joy, the love. I can learn. I can strive. My dream can become true. I can work on it. I can make things better. Why? Because I can do all things through Christ that lives in your brain, that the Almighty has put there through his breath, which you just have to exercise. So let's just breathe. And through pursed lips, I let go of all my fears, anxiety, my long-term disorder or cliche or boxes, suicidal thoughts, eating disorders. I'm only going to eat what's right for me. I'm only going to listen to righteousness. I'm going to educate myself. I'm going to gain understanding of the matter. If you go back on episode 1, we looked at what is matter. And matter, oh boy, matter is matter. Does it matter, not matter? It does matter. So what's wrong with your matter? Tell me, where's your heart? Does your heart matters? I wish you full body regeneration to one and all. You can repair your DNA through your thoughts. You have the power through positive thinking to transform your life, to heal yourself. Hear yourself talk. I love those powerful words. Yeah. You can overcome. You can overcome anything. Just have to breathe. Breathe through it. It will regenerate your brain, rebalance your chemicals, lower your dopamine. You have to increase your serotonin if your dopamine is high and you feel like fight or flight all the time. Like, oh, do I need to run? Do I need to fight? What do I do? Do I freeze? Nah. You can do better. You can breathe and think. Take your time. Who said time? You tell me. Huh? Anyhow, your brain can restore. Your brain can be reprogrammed. You can unlearn behaviors of fear, anxiety, depression, bipolar. You name it. Anything you think or you've been told you are, you're not. You have a chemical imbalance that needs to be regulated. If you understand and start understanding your body, you might less rely on your doctor and on the medicine, but you rely on the real medicine, which is your food, your drink, what you're thinking, what you're seeing, how you perceive life. Everything you do is highly important. You need to start manifesting in your life what you want. Is it not a healthy body, a healthy mind, to take healthy, righteous decisions for you, your loved ones, your neighbors, for your body? Don't you want to be ache-free, pain-free? Don't you want to experience life to the full? Don't you want a chance in life to find your purpose? What best way to stop? Be still and breathe. Relax your mind. You probably had a long day today, or already a long week, or a long month, or long start of the year. I don't know what you're going through. However, you can breathe. It will help you to decipher what's important or not. One day at a time, one problem at a time. And let go. Let go of those overwhelming feelings of shame, blame, victimization. Stand up for yourself. Have the courage. Find the guts. Find the power within. And without, reach out. Don't be scared. There's no shame in needing help. And I know it's hard to find the right help at the right time. However, we are here now. London Hearts Matters at gmail.com. Reach out. It doesn't cost nothing. It helps to express yourself so you are heard. I highly stress that expression is the opposite of depression. And it doesn't mean you have to complain about your problems or what you've been through. You just have to look to the future. What do you want to do now? How are you going to run your life? What do you want to achieve? And if you don't know, just breathe. Calm your system down. Ask your body to repair. Exhale longer than inhale so you can eliminate all the toxins out in your breath. And again, I've let go of all that is not right in this time. We cannot live in fear. Fear destroys our relationships. Shame makes us isolated. There's no shame in asking questions. There's no shame in not knowing. The only shame is not looking or trying to understand and transform yourself. You know, change is important. everything changes around us. And that is the only certainty in life. Everything changes. Everything else, you decide. However, if you refuse to change, what happens? Look at a butterfly. Before it becomes a butterfly, it's a caterpillar. It doesn't know it's going to become a butterfly. Has to go through the hardship of crawling on the floor, crawling on trees. Might be attacked by birds and all sorts of animals wanted to feed. Until we can find that very quiet, isolated place on a tree, for example, and start the process of transformation. Transformation can be painful. Transformation requires energy, effort, hard work at times. It's not always easy to become a butterfly and come out of that cocoon. The butterfly will struggle for days. And the butterfly won't even live for long. However, its life would have been its purpose. It would have been as beautiful as it was intended. You are a master plan. You do not see it yet because for now you're just a blank canvas. Your choices, your actions is painting the masterpiece. The way you look at life, the way you love, you live, you love, matters. So, the heart matters. Matters to all of us. Love is a feeling we can't grab, yet it matters so much. It matters so much to be heard, understood. It matters so much to be able to share. We all need the right support to be able to heal. This is why Hearts Matters. We are here for you every Wednesday because you matter. And I want to say a big thank you to JusCoolRadio for allowing that opportunity to share what matters. Because at JusCoolRadio, we disturb the silence. Please remember this week, try to listen more. Try to see more what is happening around you. Please do not be judgmental, for you don't know what the other person is going through. It's better to breathe and ask questions. Don't take anything personally, because we're all going through matters of the heart that matters to us in the matter we are in. And it is not written on you, your story, when you walk around. I don't know what you might be going through. However, I know I can smile, and that smile makes a long way in someone's day. So please, I will ask you to all join me in doing a little practice. Is making each other smile. When you walk and come out of your house, try to grab 1 or 2, maybe 3, and make them smile. You can try funny faces, you can try, just a genuine smile. Just try and see what difference it's going to make in your day. So, in order to end this wonderful time I'm having with you guys, I want to remind you that abuse comes in lots of different shape and form and can affect the matter of the brain. The matter is pretty deep. Due to media and higher means of communication, I found that crime is more seen somehow. We have more bad news than good news, and it triggers something in our brain, feeling insecure. It reminds me a little bit of what happened during COVID and the fear that was instilled in people to make rash decisions. Please learn. Let's all learn from our history. His story. I have her story, which is my story. And we all have a story because it matters. And I want to hear your story, guys. Please don't be shy. Don't be shy. You don't have to give me your name. You don't have to give anything. Drop a text. Because you matter, I will respect your identity and your information because I care. I care about you because you all matter and we all matter. So please, guys, again, remember your emotion, your feeling are contributing to the way your body is. And as you go through your life development journey, your chemicals inside your body will change. You need to monitor that. You need to get the tools and the knowledge and the understanding to be able to manage your body, which is like a garden. Think about it. Your body is like a garden. You need to weed out, you need to plant good seeds, you need to water, it needs to have sunshine and care. I like to follow the moon when I'm growing stuff, which is very practical because there's 13 cycles. Anyhow, we'll probably go back onto the effect of the moon on the brain and the waters that is inside our body, which will be part of another show. So please stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. There's a lot of information, I know, but remember, this is all recorded. We are there for you. If you have any question, please check out all our channels, especially Leaf Life London, if you want to know more about the body, how to restore your body and how to come out of your state, because everything is possible. And together, that's why I love bridging gaps together, because we are BGT.io. We can bridge the gaps together. What I don't know, I'm sure you know, or you have experienced. Let's share, guys. Let's be one. Let's face those fears together. Let's overcome challenges together so we can grow together. So, guys, little promotion for Bridging Gaps Together. Please follow them on Instagram, and please join. It is a membership-based CIC, and we're trying to build a community of community. that is one mind, one heart, one love. So, self-esteem, self-confidence. That's what I'm asking you today, guys. I'm asking you to focus on you, yourself. Yeah? Take some time out. Do some self-care. Even if it's 5-10 minutes a day. Just breathe as well. Incorporate breathing. You'll see it will change how you feel. And again, if it doesn't, please send me comments. But I can guarantee, and this is free. How many times in your life you're going to get something for free that's really going to help you to change how the chemicals inside your body interact and how you think and how you make decisions? Why are we not all running to it? Why are we not just trying? What's the cost? So I encourage you to smile more, breathe more, think more, do more. I encourage you. And by doing more, you can email us and participate. And if you want to come on the show and if you want to say something, we'll have the lines back up soon. Very soon. Because you matter. So, guys, I want to thank you deeply, sincerely, for thinking about your brain and coming and hearing the show today. Think about it. We have enough history to know the outcome. We can understand cause and consequences of everything. We can unlearn what we have learned. Everything is possible together. So we have seen what matter is, how the heart plays a part in pumping our blood through our blood stream and through our organs, muscles, and all the areas, even the brain. We've explored how the breath is important because without oxygen we would not be able to have energy which is freely produced inside of our body. So think about it, guys. Your breath is important. So I cannot stop asking you to breathe. Just relax. Every time you have a decision to make sure you breathe. Take a moment. Take 1 minute to 10 seconds and make sure you breathe in and exhale through pursed lips and let go of those emotions that you're going through right now, and just ask to see what it is for now, one thing at a time. So take that breath, take that little step further that will give you what you need to be free of those feelings that drives how you flex your decision making. You have to use the power of your analytic thinking and your brain to analyze the situation you're in and not move by your feelings, which is usually triggered by the amygdala, the fight, flight, freeze mechanism, which is part of our natural built. We all have that, no matter where you're coming from. This is a natural instinct inside of our body. So guys, breathe. And really let go. Let go of all those things that are bothering you. And I know it's hard. Worrying about a matter is not going to change the matter, but it's going to put that weight on the matter which is a heavy weight. And if you think like this and you breathe it in, oh yeah, peace, and I let go of those fears, because everything that you can't control, you can't worry about it. You have to switch that energy and think positively on the matter. Or not think about it at all for a season, for a moment. You can't procrastinate either. Balance is what you need to look every day. Einstein said something very powerful. He said, in order to keep balance in life, it's like a bicycle. If you stop pedaling, you will fall. So in life, there's always effort to be made. The right effort at the right time. Think about it again. Breathing is free. And you do it naturally anyway. Make your breath like the center of you and not your thoughts. Have 5 minutes a day for that. I posted a post on my Instagram about singing. Singing 5 to 10 minutes a day can realign your body, your breathing, and help you loosen up and express yourself to calm your nervous system. It doesn't matter whether you sing in your shower, you're a good singer, bad singer, it doesn't matter. Singing is the key. And practice makes perfect. So the more you sing, the more you'd get good at it. There's nothing wrong with singing, and again, it's a free little thing. You might think you can't sing, well, just give it a try. It's fun. It's fun to express yourself. So, yes, please, breathe. I need your brain to have as much oxygen as you can inhale. So please, breathe. Through your breath, you give more power to your body. So just breathe. Give that power that is needed to your matter to regenerate. You might feel tired by breathing more, and I have to put that little disclaimer, because the more you breathe, the more relaxed you will be, and the more your body will want to repair. The repair state is happening during your sleep, when you are inactive in your limb and your body. Your mind remains active, however, your overall matter, body parts, remains inactive. And this is the moment for repair. That's when all the little people inside of you go and do the work. I hope we go to repair. So be mindful. You might get more tired by breathing more. If you're struggling to sleep again and you have insomnia or any problem, remember, inhale as much as you can through your lungs until it starts aching. Expand your belly, your chest, everything until it starts aching. Hold it as much as you can until you can't no more, and then let it out through pursed mouth through pursed lips, and let it out with a sound. It could be could be whatever you feel in the moment. Just let it out. This is you letting out all the toxins of the day before you enter your sleep and your repair mode. So please inhale, hold, and repeat. And if you do that enough, you will see your blood pressure will drop. So don't do it if you have low blood pressure, by the way. Another disclaimer I have to put in there, because it will dramatically lower your blood pressure. So guys, think about your breath. It will help you to be more and more in the present moment. We have to control our nervous system. This is why we have the expression like, around the nerves, you're out of nerves, or I can't express how much the nerves can be tensed through our feelings. And that's all starts in the brain, which oversees everything. The brain is like an eye that oversees the whole overall body and command and makes everything happen. So guys, think of your breath, think of your brain, think of your matter, because we all matter. Once again, it was Maggie on Hearts Matter. We are on every Wednesday from 6 to 8, so please stay tuned, join our channel, Hearts Matters. And thank you, JusCoolRadio.
JusCoolRadio disturbing the silence. Everybody turn it up loud. JusCoolRadio, Madina.
Bring the hot girls come to party, cause we love see them move and shake them body out. Bring the hot girls come to party, just cool them, love it. Hey yo, it's alive and living Scotch, Sean Paul letting you know, you don't know. Just Cool Radio, and that's how the dial set. Dirty.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy, Mr. Vegas. You got a lot to Just Cool Radio. You know, say, yeah, how we play the bodies and the maddest and the best dancehall and reggae music and all type of music, soca, everything. I get it, yes, sir. Yeah, Mr. Vegas, Just Cool Radio. Turn it up loud. Na 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 na. Why you wanna leave me, baby?
Don't fight, yes. Bring back the niceness on the corner. You may see the man of the big band quality representing for Just Cool Radio, you don't know the things set, but they are endorse the thing, As me I say, I don't know Anton, big up yourself in a quality, say that, Just Cool Radio, big band radio station, whole UK, London, big up, see?
Hi, my name's Aisha, but people call me Sammy. I'm 28 years old and a mother of 3 beautiful children. I live in Jamaica, and last year I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Hodgkin's lymphoma is an uncommon cancer that develops in the lymphatic system. My illness has caused me to leave my current job as a trainee record management at a local school in my area. Chemotherapy treatment has caused my body to be unable to do what I love. My cannula was inserted wrongly by a trainee nurse, which has caused my hand to go black, and I'm slowly losing the use of my left hand. But even with my illness, I'm a very hard-working woman, and I still push myself every day. As you can see, I'm currently making a wreath. Being in a third world country, the cost of hospital treatment is really high, and I'm reaching out for help and support. It costs 13,000 Jamaican dollars to see a specialist who can advise me more on my illness. The cost of chemotherapy is 11,000 Jamaican dollars, and I have to pay this when the hospital cannot supply the treatment. This doesn't even include travel expenses. The cost from getting from St. Mary's to Kingston General Hospital is very expensive. I have set up a GoFundMe in need of help and support. Even just as little as £1 goes a long way. I have linked my GoFundMe in my bio. Thank you for listening.
If you don't know, now you know. Go and tune in to JusCoolRadio.
Zena, new talk when me have around the place. Zena, when you see your brother, you say, "Wagwan Zena." I hold up on your antenna. Not the one and only JusCoolRadio. You don't know bass and dance to the fullest. Run it.
Just cool. Saying just cool.
Business, community project, or product to the next level. Want to reach a dynamic and engaged audience? Look no further than JusCoolRadio.com. At JusCoolRadio, we offer the perfect platform to showcase your brand. Our diverse programming and loyal listeners are the ideal match for your advertising needs. Whether you're a local business, an emerging entrepreneur, we've got you covered. Want to add some star power to your event? Book Just Cool Radio talent to bring excitement and professionalism to your next big occasion. Our talented hosts and DJs will keep your audience entertained and engaged. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Visit JusCoolRadio.com today to learn more about our affordable advertising packages and booking options. Just Cool Radio, disturbing the silence, catching the eyes of many.